Hey everyone, this is Ashley. I'm here with a fun craft video. Today we are making a recycled journal. So we need a brown paper bag, 5 pieces of paper. I have 8.5 by 11, scissors, some runaway glue, ruler, a pen or a pencil, a sewing needle. I have a craft awl. You need something with a sharp point to pierce through layers of paper. And then string or colored floss, yarn, ribbon, or even dental floss will work if that's all that you have. So we are going to start off by cutting our pages for our journal. Like I said, I have 8.5 by 11, but you can certainly use a bigger size, a smaller size. That obviously will determine the size of your journal. So here I am just marking 5.5 and cutting it out my pages. So once you get that done, you want to grab one of those pieces of paper and your brown paper bag. You are going to glue that paper onto your brown paper bag. I have made this journal in the past with a really awesome crinkled leather, soft looking type of cover. But if you want to do that, certainly crinkle your brown paper bag prior to laying down this piece of paper. So once you get that laid down, press it down really well, and then you're going to cut out your journal. So you want to have about a 1/4 inch edge around your whole piece of paper. You can certainly go bigger if you want, but you just want to cut that out. And there you go, you have your journal cover, and then you're going to fold that in half. And I like to use a ruler to get a nice crisp sharp fold. So that's what I'm doing here. Alright, once you get that folded, then you are also going to fold the rest of your pages here. I broke them up in groups so they fold a little bit more evenly. And again, using the ruler to get the crisp edge. And once you get those all folded, you want to stack them inside of each other and then put them inside of your journal. So here I'm just kind of lining everything up, and then our next step is to mark where our 5 holes along the spine are going to be. So you want 1 hole right in the middle, and then you want 2 on each side of that about equal distance apart. I take a lot of time trying to figure this out because apparently math is hard. But once you get those marked, you are going to grab your craft awl or your hole punch or whatever you're using to make your holes to pierce through the several layers of paper. You might have to maybe do a couple pages at a time to get through all of them, especially if you have more pages. So use your awl and pierce through the layers. Definitely be careful if you're using a very sharp object. You'll see that I disappear for a second here. I was getting very frustrated that the pages were shifting around on me. So I went and grabbed 2 binder clips, but you can definitely use paper clips or even clothespins to help hold down the pages as you put in the holes. So work on that. I go from the inside and the outside and make sure the hole goes all the way through. Alright, once that is done, then you want to grab your sewing needle and your yarn or your floss or your ribbon. I was going to start off with the yellow floss here, but it was not cooperating with me and I gave up. And then I grabbed the red yarn, and it got a generous piece because you can always cut off the extra. You're going to thread it through the head of your needle. And we are going to start by threading through the middle hole from the back. And then leave a little tail at the end because you're going to use that to tie a knot. So you're just going to be sewing back and forth. This sewing technique will give you a nice line on the inside and the outside of your journal. I definitely recommend that you Google different Japanese bookbinding techniques. There are some very elaborate designs by using the string, and it's very fascinating, and some of them are very intricate and difficult, but they're fun to explore, so I recommend you doing that. But this one just has a very simple sewing technique that just makes sure the pages are together securely. Like I mentioned, this is a completely customizable project, So when you're done, you have a blank journal. Inside and out, you can decorate the cover with colored pencils, stamps, stickers, magazine cutouts, your own little drawings. And then of course on the inside, you can fill it with your thoughts and your dreams and your hopes and your fears, maybe even document this crazy time that we're in. So when you're done sewing the spine, you can cut off the rest of your yarn, tie it in a knot, or tie it in a bow, whatever you want. I kind of like the pieces hanging for a homemade look. And then you take off your binding clips, and there you go, you have your journal. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you happen to make one, share it with us on Facebook. And I'll see you next Friday.